I want you to stop thinking of your portraits as headshots. They're not. They're historical documents. Why do we call them headshots? Because they're a commodity. It's a transaction. They're not receipts. Portraiture is a receipt. It is a document of you, of who you are, what you're doing, of time and place. A headshot is just a frame. It's something that goes with your business profile. It doesn't tell the story of you. It doesn't have emotion. It doesn't document who you really are. It's just a way for people to recognize you for an application, when you're out networking, when you're doing all of those types of things. It is not a portrait, and a portrait is not a headshot. I want you to think about it. If all you've ever had done was headshots, what will people know about you in 20, 30, 50 years' time? Will they know your story? Will they see the evolution of you as an individual, not just of your career? Will they even see the career evolution in the headshot? They might see a financial escalation, but do they see the actual story arc of you as an individual, as a human being, as the expert in the industry that you're in? Will they see you? Portraiture, on the other hand, I firmly believe that it is here to document who you are at different chapters of your life. To create that record of you so that other people have it when you're gone. It may sound morose, but it's true. If you are willing to document yourself, even in the hardest times, you can look back on those images as receipts of your inner strength, of your endurance, of your ability to get through the hard times, not succumb to them. It's also important to document yourself so that your story doesn't have holes. I know I have holes in my story visually. I hid from the camera a lot in my 20s and 30s. I didn't think I needed to be in the frames. I was so busy taking pictures of everyone and everything else that when it was time for me to be in them, I was very uncomfortable and very self-conscious. And looking back at them, I really wish I had had the confidence to be in the frame as myself, not pretending to be someone I thought someone else wanted me to be. And that's what I want for you. With a portrait session, it's all about who you are. What are you doing in the moment? What is your lived experience? What is it that we can create that embodies you as an individual, whether that's professionally or personally? Ideally, a combination of both. Because we're not really ever two separate things. We always have a mix of things that we're doing that create the whole. I'm passionate about this because I found the holes in my mother's own story. There were certain aspects of her life that, well, yeah, she told me about them, but I really didn't understand. She would mention certain things, but it wasn't until the funeral when people came up to me and talked about the impact she had made on them, the impact she had made on the community, that I truly understood how much of her I didn't have, how much of her I didn't know about. The same goes for our grandparents, right? And that's what I don't want to have for my girls. I don't want them to have an incomplete picture of who I am as an individual, as a creative, as a filmmaker, as a photographer, as a documentarian. I want them to understand who I am as a wife and a mother so that they know they can be themselves in everything that they do too. Which means it's really a moral imperative, if you will, for you to step into the light, to step into the frame, to document your story with a portrait session. Whether that's a portrait interview, where we're recording your story at the same time as we're creating your portraits, or if we're just creating imagery that resonates with the person that you are through all of the ups and downs that you've gone through, because everyone has them. You are not alone in your ups and downs, and you deserve to be recognized. You deserve to cherish yourself. You deserve to leave that visual legacy so that others can celebrate you far beyond tomorrow. And I want you to remember that you are worthy of it as well. So many of us put things off because we're too busy taking care of everybody else and we put ourselves last. But that's really not the good way to do it, is it? That's how the holes develop. That's how the gaps become wider. If you put it off, nobody will be able to understand what your story actually is. And isn't it better for you to tell your story yourself than to have somebody 2, 3, 4 degrees removed telling the story for you? That's how history is written in so many ways. And I want you to write your own, to be present in your own, to create your own visual legacy for your history. If you're ready to stop recording and grab the receipts for your life, it's time to book that curiosity call.